Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Be the Light with me, Sarah G. We have the handsome, amazing Spencer Richard with us today. It is Friday. It's been a great week, and so I thought, why not finish it off with the person that I love the most, this guy right here. Earlier in the week, we talked about communication and how important it was, and over the last 24 hours, Spencer and I have had some major communication, which was very helpful, yeah?
Yep.
I got some, clarified some things. How do you feel like communication, or why do you think it's so important in our relationship, specifically? I mean, it's important in all relationships, but when Spencer works as much as he does, and just our lives are very different than their normal life, and so he knows that my number one love language is quality time. So if he's not able to give me that because he's working, communication comes second. So
yeah,
your 2 cents.
I mean, with us specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with my job, especially during the summer months, that's when the bulk of it happens, and literally from the moment we wake up until late at night, it's just a constant grind, constantly moving, working out, reading, being productive in the morning, getting ready, eating, going to our team meeting, and then going out and working until 9:30, getting home at 10. Last time I got home at 11. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, especially during the summer months, and it makes it difficult, obviously, to spend a lot of the quality time we like to have. So it's just about, for us, I guess, maximizing the time that we do get, and just being intentional and focusing on each other when we get the chance. Amen.
Doesn't he make you want to cry? I want to cry. He's so great. I love you. So for those of you who don't know us, I am a morning person, and Spencer is a night owl. He almost every night falls asleep after I do, or he'll wait till I fall asleep for him to fall asleep, and then after I fall asleep, he's staying up watching a movie or something like that, or catching up on whatever he has to do for the day. So in the morning, I wake up super chipper, and I'm like, good morning. And I do my best to help him stay on his routine, his schedule, and I'll give him kisses. I'll tell him good morning, champion. And so this morning, for instance, it was nice. I was almost done with my workout, and he came out and he started doing his workout. And then him being on the show today was, kind of on the whim. I was like, you know what? Because we had scheduled Max Cupids. Spencer knows Max Cupids. You guys will meet Max Cupids. Max, speaking about Max, actually reached out to me this morning, just so everyone knows. He sent me a picture of his chiropractor, his office. He said, I just want you to know I'm not lying to you. I had to come here. And then he sent a nice message after that saying he's super excited to sit down with me very soon. And yeah, so we'll figure out all the final details on that. But when I approached Spencer, this morning about, hey, how would you feel about being, my guest today? He was very open-minded to it, and that's one of the reasons I love you so much, because you're very supportive in all the things that I do, and yeah, you're just the best. He's the best. So the next thing that I want to do, I'm going to make myself cry on this show, is I want to name 3 things that I love and appreciate about you, and why I think we're so great together. And then I think it'd be great if you, and then we'll switch the roles and then you do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yay. So one of the things that I just said is I love that you are so supportive. We are 6 years apart, Spencer and I, 6 and some change, whatever. And we talk about it all the time. We view each other more as equals. I never look at Spencer and see a 24-year-old. I always see my equal, my partner, the way he communicates, the way we do things together. He's just amazing at just the yin to my yang, So how supportive you are. When I started the whole Be the Light movement, you were right there behind it. He was the one holding the camera as I did the intro. It's just all the things. I always feel so confident. A lot of my confidence comes from the love that he's given me. So thank you for that. And Spencer has a very our relationship now hasn't always been this way. When I first started dating him, it was very fun. We had always had a lot of great times, but getting to know him, I think, is what I value so much. Is he has like such a deep core at the center of his heart, and when you finally get to the inside of him, you're like, oh my God, hallelujah. Like I told you before, like I used to be like, I pray for this day, like when I would get to know you the way I do now, because back then, like I was getting to know you, but I didn't know you. And I just remember thinking even then, like, oh my God, I cannot wait to really get to know him, because I love him so much now, but I know I'm going to love him so much more. So I appreciate him letting me all the way in there. Because once you do get in there, it's a beautiful spot. It's a beautiful place to be. He gives from the bottom of his heart. He's just amazing. And then if I had to pick one more thing that I love about you, is just your outlook on life. Spencer has this remarkable outlook on life that has inspired me in more ways than I can count. So a lot of, I can hands down say that like who I am today, I wouldn't be like this person that's like happy, trying to go get more out of life, trying to chase my dreams, like all the courage and confidence that I have now has come from the love that you have given me, and the way that it's just I am just like an example of how you live your life. Like you are who your environment is, and so I've chosen to embrace the environment that he's created, and I love it. Last night he came home from work and he didn't have the day that he wanted, and he was saying, like Michael Jordan wouldn't settle for this, and I can't be mad at that. I'm like, I love that. Like, okay, I understand you're upset. Like, I get it. I want you to feel better, yes, but do I also understand where you're coming from? Yeah, and I think that kind of ambition, that kind of drive, where he's just like relentless to pursuing his goals, is badass, and I respect it so much. So yeah, those are my top 3 things that I love about you.
Thank you. Yeah, top 3 things for you. Number 1 would probably be just how selfless and giving that you are. That's just like something that I admire a lot, and something that I definitely need to be better at. Instead of just focusing on myself more often than not. So like with you, you're always going out of your way to do things for other people. Like if it's something like a small errand, like I don't know, like going out of your way to grab someone coffee, or like doing your giveaways like you're doing on Be the Light, or making me like breakfast in the morning or lunch, or like taking the guys to trainings so that I can get my stuff done. You've always just been someone that's just give, and a lot of times I think that hurts you a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think that actually you receive in the amount that you give, and because you've given so much, I mean, a lot of times it doesn't happen right away with the receiving on your end with that, but in the long run, it's just like a law, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get an exact proportion to what you're willing to give to other people.
You reap what you sow.
And so yeah, you've just been really great about that, and not only just like me, but everyone else in your life. So I admire that. Second thing would probably be just your overall outgoing, like positive energy that you have, that you bring into the room. Like obviously you guys have seen it, it's contagious. Whenever she walks in a room, everyone knows that she's there. Partially because she's kind of loud, but also just like the good positive energy just exudes out, and it's contagious. Other people can't help but emanate that same feeling.
Emanate.
And so, I think that's an awesome trait to have, and makes you more likable as a person. And you have a big positive impact that way. So just your overall energy like that. And then third thing I would say would be just your willingness and willingness to get better, and to like strive on a daily basis to become a better version of yourself. And I've seen you like take a lot of steps in that direction, which has been awesome. Like your physical health, your mental health. I think that's, you're just setting a good example for other people, and there's been people in your life that have kind of questioned what you've been doing because of the changes that you've made, but you've had a willingness to change. And a lot of people, once they get stuck in their habits or ways, it's very difficult to break that mold. And so it takes a lot of courage to do something like that. And so I also admire that.
I love you.
I love you.
He's the best. I can't wait for y'all to get to know him because he's so great. So Flash is out here currently. Flash is part of our beautiful family. He's laying on the ground. But thank you. That was beautiful. One thing that I wanted to point out, I had great conversations with some people yesterday, and there was one conversation that I had with a coach friend of mine. He was asking, like, what do you do during the day? And it really, because Spencer works so much and I am, I'm left to kind of like, hey, well, let's go figure something out. Like, how can I be as productive as I can with the time that I'm giving? Like, I don't want to just sit here and do nothing. Like, yes, I'm working for the company as well, but it's not a very demanding role most of the time. Some days it is. Some days I'm like, wow, I need like a glass of wine. And other days I'm like, okay, I have time to like read and journal and do all the things. It's like goes back to like gratitude. Like, what are you thankful for? Because I am grateful for, the opportunities to be out here. Like, yes, our lifestyle isn't necessarily one that everyone can just adapt to as easily. And it's taken us some time to get used to it. Every time we go back home to Arizona, like, we really start getting comfy, and then, whoop, it's time to go again. And we just kind of try our best to have the best attitudes that we can, because we know that good things are going to come from the hard work that we're getting ready to put in. And so yeah, yesterday when I was talking to my friend about it, I just try not to say anything negative, because there's so many things to be grateful for every time that we move and everywhere that we go, and all the opportunities that we're presented with through the work that we do. So it's like, am I bored from time to time? Yes. But like, is it a good bored? Yeah. I mean, I need to fill those boredom times. I need to be like, yesterday, I think I had an off day, because I told you not too long ago, I haven't been reading and journaling as much as I should be. And that's so important for me. Like, if I'm off of my game, then it starts to mess with me mentally. He's able to pick up on it. I start saying things or thinking thoughts that I shouldn't be thinking, because I'm not on top of the things that I'm used to doing that help me feel good every day. And I know you do that every morning. You wake up and he's reading the book that you're reading right now, the greatest. What is it?
Wow, what is it called?
I know, it's this big book. Oh my god. I can tell you
Secret of the Ages.
The Secret of the Ages. There we go. Yeah.
I read every morning. I don't know what it's called.
It's okay, that happens to me too.
That's how much of a secret it is.
Yeah, seriously. So I thought we'd have a little bit of fun now. And so there's 3 questions. And I'm gonna ask 3 questions, and then I'm gonna respond with my answer, and then you're gonna respond with your answer, and just to like take us down memory lane. So the first question is your favorite, I guess, or your favorite thought or memory from the day that we met, like the day that you knocked on my door.
I'll go first.
If you want to go first, I can go first. Whatever you want.
Okay.
If he seems ready. Okay, go.
Favorite memory about when we first met was just like, I think the moment that we met was just kind of crazy. I think we talked about it like on the previous episode when Kenny and I were on, but through my job I do door-to-door sales for smart home security systems. And so Sarah had a ADT security system, saw the sign in the yard, so I was like, I'm gonna upgrade this for sure. And I'd stopped by like 4 or 5 times finally before she finally had answered. And when she answered, I had already walked away from the house. So I walked across the street and I was at the neighbor's door, and they didn't answer. And then all of a sudden I just hear, hey, what'd you want? Like, super bubbly voice behind me. And I turn around and she had like walked all the way down the driveway onto the street. I was like, oh, she's serious. And now
I understand why that's so.
Yeah, usually that doesn't happen. Usually like, what the heck do you want here, So I walked up and she was just like all bubbly and happy and enthusiastic, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And yeah, we just hit it off right off the bat, and there was just a lot of good energy and chemistry from, I think, the moment we met, and
Yeah.
that's what sticks out to me.
I always chuckle because it's really cute. So in the middle, you know, obviously he's in my house and we're talking about like upgrading my system and stuff like that. But there was most of that conversation ended up like veering off of like his life goals and what he wanted to do. Like I remember you talking to me about the Earthships. He showed me some videos, the Peel and Keel, whatever their names are, you know, that night. And so that was just like, I felt something different from you in those moments. Like, I'm like, we're not really, I had more fun talking about those things than security, you know, like just getting to know you at that point. And then what I always laugh about, this makes me chuckle, is like at the end of the sales process, they call their corporate office to verify that, you know, Spencer is actually a legit salesman and he's not some type of scam or anything like that. And so he kind of like was prepping me for the questions that they were going to be asking. Like, you know, they're going to ask you if I'm wearing my badge and if I have my North Star pillow on. And then he says, and if you like Spencer. And I just remember thinking, smooth. That was so smooth. But yeah, that was just one of like the things that, you know, I guess resonated with me, because before he left that night, I felt inclined to hug you. And I've told him before, I've only felt inclined to hug someone initially twice in my life, and you're one of the two. And the other one, in a nutshell, ended up being my grandfather's cousins, who I didn't even know were my cousins, but I found out at his funeral. And those cousins who had been attending I was teaching cycling classes at the time, and they were like some of my favorite, you know, members. And so come to find out that they're family, I was like, oh, so like, I don't know, I always feel like such a strong connection with you. But hell yeah, that was great. Thank you. Next question is favorite vacation that, or I guess favorite vacation memory that we've gone on together.
Favorite vacation memory. Let's see. Probably Maui was pretty epic.
I was thinking
just getting
that,
out there
yeah.
and like going to explore the island, and the Rodana was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like honestly, we're out in Dallas, but we had like shortly after we met, Sarah got us I'm a big Eagles fan, a Philadelphia Eagles fan. She's from San Antonio, so she's obviously a Cowboys fan, and she got us tickets to come out to Dallas for an Eagles-Cowboys game, and we stayed at a pretty cool Airbnb, and went to like the Dallas Aquarium, which is absolutely beautiful, and went to a really cool restaurant called Yoke. They only have like 3 or 4 in the United States, and really nice breakfast spot if you guys are in the area. And then got to see the game, and I had never been to an Eagles game.
Sorry, Fox is making his, maybe you can't see him, but.
Yeah, I'd never been to an Eagles game before, and you know, for us to go out, I also convinced her to wear an Eagles shirt, so that worked out
Winning
well.
all around.
And then yeah, they ended up winning, so it worked out. But yeah, that was super fun. I had a good time with that.
I'm glad you enjoyed that as much as you did. I was so excited to give you those tickets. Like I'm horrible at keeping secrets. He knows it. Like if I buy him something that I'm super amped about, like it is literally painful for me to hold back the excitement. I'm just like picturing, you know, giving, you know, whatever it is to him, like usually weeks in advance. And I think I've only legit surprised you like maybe once or twice.
Not the best surprise.
I'm not. I just get too excited. I'm like, I'll give it to you now. So I remember that. I remember buying those. That was really fun. I did actually end up having a great time. That was actually, a great vacation. I think mine, like you said, was Maui. Like it was during the school year. I was still a teacher, and during that time when we were, you know, traveling back and forth to see each other, that was one of the. I guess that was like the first vacation that I had gone on with you. It was to Maui. I feel like, yeah.
So.
And it was just, I mean, we're in Maui and it's gorgeous. It's my first vacation with him ever. We have like some of our best friends out there with us. Sal was even out there. Stephanie was out there. It was just like that group of people that we were out there with. The Enzers were there. I mean, all the best people were out there at that time, and it was just so fun. And Maui, like I said, was gorgeous. The food was great, because we've been on other vacations, and I have gotten, you know, food poisoning or something on other ones, but like this one, like everything was just great. Like I felt like I was able to watch, you know, stay on my routine and have a great vacation and see all these new things. And yeah, it was probably
It was a good time.
yeah. Getting dressed up. We actually had like a luau night one night.
that was awesome.
Like yeah. North Star hooked us up with that one. It was bomb. Absolutely loved it. And then the last one, because I know that we have to go headed to we have a work meeting soon, so we're gonna wrap this up soon. I guess the last one that I have for you isn't so much something that you have to, like something that's happened, but what are you most excited for about like us and where we're going, our future? Like if you like had to think of one, I know there's like multiple things, but like if you had to pick one.
I just think that the other overall path that we're on, as far as constant improvement every day, and trying to, like, we have big goals that we've set, and just you know, striving for those every day, and just getting to create something special together is pretty awesome, and supporting each other in the process. And yeah, I know that there's a lot of just great things to come, and I'm excited to go out and achieve all of them with you.
Yeah.
And then when I get to eat at your restaurant finally, 'cause I love Mexican.
Yeah. Spencer's a Mexican at heart. Like his last name is Richard. He looks white, but I really feel like he's Mexican at heart. Like some of our best friends are all Hispanic in some sort. Spencer's Spanish gets better by the day. I actually ordered us this drinking game. I took screenshots of the sample cards for us because they're so funny. Like what they're called the Trago, I think. Look it up, guys. I'll post the link when I share this episode. But these cards cracked me up. I found them on Instagram last night, and it's just like they're like card drinking games. But like, for example, one of them says, you know, you're in a circle with your friends, right? You're playing this game, and one of the cards says, everyone start naming their last names, and the person with the longest last name take 4 shots, you know? So if you can imagine, if you're playing with a bunch of Hispanics and I'm like, Garcia, Rodriguez, Sana, whatever, you know? Who's gonna win? And you go, either way, like these cards, there's multiple examples. Like I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but they're so funny. But I guess back to the question that I just presented you with, I am also just excited. Like we talk about, like we just talked about our future last night and all the good things. And if you know me, I'm extremely impatient, and so like, I mean, that's why I'm bad at surprises, because I'm just like the anticipation of knowing like what it's gonna feel like when I give you that whatever it is. I get so excited, and so me being so excited about our future, knowing how great it's gonna be, is probably what drives me crazy. Like the craziest. Like I know it's gonna be awesome. Like why can't it just be here? Like if I could, I wish. Like if I could just think and get pregnant, I swear I'd have like 1 million babies by now. Like. I mean, because that's just how excited I get about all these things. It's just like, oh, it's gonna happen, but it ultimately, like, life doesn't work that way. Like everything's a process, and life is really just teaching me to like just be patient, and it's one of the hardest lessons that I am learning and daily, constantly trying to be better at. He knows it. My patience. Oh Lord. But yeah, guys, thank you so much, Spency, for coming on the show with us today. You are the best. We love you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Good to see you guys.
We're gonna get headed over to our meeting that we have soon. But yeah, guys, hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you so much for sitting down with Spencer and I today. I hope you all had fun getting to know us just a little bit better. So now, when you see me, you know, come on my episodes with this big old smile on my face, it's usually because I'm living with this guy. I get to share my life with this guy. But yeah, everyone have a great weekend, and as always, continue to be the light in your lives and everyone else you surround yourself with. I will see you on Monday. Bye, guys.